So in this video, I want to talk about this, like, always having to find something wrong mentality. Always looking for the next thing to eliminate, the next thing to get rid of, the next thing to discipline yourself on, the next thing to blame your problems on. I'm seeing this a lot, just in general, and specifically like in our little health niche. And it seems to me that people are oftentimes just looking for a way to justify whatever problem is going on in their body, whether that's mental, emotional, physical, whatever. I was just looking for something outside of them to say, oh, well, something's not right in my life, so something out here has to be causing it. Or someone out there has to have some grand conspiracy to hold me down or to keep me back. And it's their fault that this is happening. So to me, it's just this weird thought virus, this weird thought pattern that's like sitting in front of the computer all day looking for the next conspiracy theory, the next way the world's going to end, the next grand global thing to shut this down, or the next, thing to poison this or poison that or kill this person, or just all these paranoid conspiracy things, or the next thing that this little chemical's in this food, so now it's bad. Oh, wait, we thought this food was bad, but now there's this in it, so now it's good. Or now there's this little thing that's off, so now it's bad. And it's just like, it's this weird, almost neurotic thing of just, it's just like your mind is saying there has to be something wrong. There has to be something wrong. I have to find it. So of course, whatever you put your attention on grows, and whatever you look for, you're pretty much going to see. If you spend your time looking to find things wrong, looking for someone to blame your problems on, looking for something to blame your discontent on, you're going to find it. But to me, it's ultimately disempowering because the energy is going out there. But since the outer world tends to just reflect our inner world, it would make more sense to just say, oh, I feel discontent, rather than saying, oh, well, there has to be a grand explanation why this is happening. Why not just like take a look in the mirror, sit down and say, okay, well, why do I feel this? And then, usually it's like, oh man, when I was a kid, this person said this to me, and then I thought that's the way the world was, and I ingrained it, and I accepted that to be a belief, but really, it's not true. I can choose something else. And boom, and you just move on. Rather than spending years being like paranoid and fearful and like blaming everyone else and always looking for the next thing that's wrong and the next thing to get rid of, or it's like, it just is a headache. I mean, it's like, I don't know, to me, I just don't want to spend my days looking for things wrong, looking for conspiracy theories, looking for reasons to be paranoid, looking for reasons to be afraid, looking for reasons to believe that the world's going to end, or that it's all going to, go to crap or whatever. It's just like, if you look for that stuff, you're going to find information to support it. Does that mean that it's more true? Maybe, maybe not. If you spent your time looking for the opposite, I'm sure you would find that information. Does that mean that it's more true? If you look for something and find information, does that mean that it's true? I don't know. Or is it just the fact that you're looking and you're going to find it? It's kind of like, the nature of our universe is infinite. So as our tools expand and as we look in different areas, so does the universe expand. For example, we keep building more powerful and powerful microscopes. So at first, the microscope just saw down to this level. And then we built bigger, more powerful microscope, and we saw down this level, and we discovered, oh my God, there's all these other particles, there's always subatomic things happening, and protons and neutrons, and plus the tons of other particles that are being discovered every day and being named. And then we built another more powerful microscope, and we discovered, oh my God, we thought it was this deep, but now it's this deep, and there's all these other particles we didn't see. And then on the same token, we build more powerful telescopes, and we thought, okay, the universe is, the galaxy is this big or whatever. And then we built a more powerful telescope, and then we discovered, oh my God, it's this big. And then we just built another bigger one, like, oh my God, it's this big. So it's like, the world is filtered through our tools, through our, ways that we're looking at the world. So does that mean the world is the way it is, independent of the way we're looking at it? I don't know. It's something you should probably think about. If you spend your day looking for problems, looking for things to be upset about, looking for things to blame your problems on, are you going to find it? If you spend most of your day looking for things to be happy about, to feel good about, to feel grateful for, Are you going to find those? Maybe. So that's kind of the first points that I wanted to make. And the second point that I wanted to make is the fact that being paranoid isn't attractive. Being paranoid and being fearful and always just looking for the problem, always looking for the thing wrong, and always being judgmental and kind of condescending to people isn't attractive. Now I realize there could be some degree of this in the video just because the nature of things is, kind of like if I point my finger at you and say, you're stupid for saying something, there's like 4 fingers pointing back at me saying the same thing. It's just kind of the way that this whole structure of language is set up. There's lots of holes in it because it's logic, we built it, it's not perfect, whatever. So the point is like being paranoid isn't attractive. People tend to don't want to be around paranoid people. And the only people that want to be around paranoid people are other paranoid people because usually they're very isolated and socially alone, so they seek other people to support their paranoia. And you know what I'm saying. If you want to feel a certain emotion or get an emotional fix, you know who to call. You know the person that will allow the fix or facilitate your fix. You know the person that will just squash it. So likewise, a lot of people in this community complain of being alone, socially isolated, feeling whatever. And a lot of times, if you're spending your days being paranoid and looking for reasons to be paranoid and looking for reasons to be afraid and looking for things wrong with the world, that's going to tend to repel people because no one really wants that. I mean, sure, there are lots of things in the world that could be different. That's a given. But to just continually just keep beating that all the time, it's like people have enough issues of their own. They don't necessarily need to have all this other crap, jumped on them all the time. So it's something to keep in mind that, paranoia isn't an attractive frequency. And it's very interesting that the people that are usually very paranoid are paradoxically very spiritual at the same time, or on some ascension or enlightenment kind of a trip. So it's like, oh, they're talking about frequency and vibration, and oh, I'm a high vibration and everyone else is a low vibration. But at the same time, how high of a vibration and how attractive is paranoia? Not very attractive. So it's this interesting degree of hypocrisy and just self-delusion that's wrapped up in this whole paradigm. So that's a lot of food for thought. It's a lot of things that I've been thinking about lately. I just wanted to get out here in YouTube land. So if you have any questions or comments, post them below, and I'll talk to you soon.